good. Oh, that's not good. So we're live?
Get back.
Yeah. And here comes Donna walking through.
Hey! Welcome to the Daily Blue. I'm Donna Drake, and with me in the studio are Christopher Patty and Bill Z, and they are with IndiMusic TV. Welcome to the set, the first day we're shooting here.
It's great to be here. Thanks for asking us.
Donna,
how are
it's
you?
really great to be here, and I really like your festive outfit.
Thank you. I'm in the holiday spirit. Have the whole tree up, and as I shared with you, the beginning of the month, I always have my annual cookie exchange.
Right.
So I should have brought you some cookies, but I think we do have a snack for you downstairs and Blue Chip Marketing. We might have cookies somewhere around here. There's always chocolate. There's
One
always
cookie.
snacks.
Only allowed one cookie.
There you go. Everything in moderation. IndiMusic TV. Tell us about that. What it is. I know it's a social media broadcast, but let's just kind of give an overall picture for those of our audience that haven't heard of you yet.
I would say to kind of give you like the abridged Reader's Digest version. As you know, the internet has proposed a lot of power for marketing and distribution for music and other types of content, but it's also presented quite a challenge as well. So our goal was initially at IndiMusic TV was to create a platform for artists to promote and help distribute their music in a pragmatic way without having to go to Facebook to promote to their friends, or to put it on iTunes and now that's the only place it's available, and the videos are on YouTube and maybe they're streaming somewhere else, and we've got all these different elements that have to come together in a synergistic way in order to get the word out there. Just putting a video on YouTube, who's going to find it? Or just putting your music on iTunes, well, there's 80 million people on iTunes. How do you find it? So what we did is we sat down, we thought about a way of kind of consolidating all these different elements. The social broadcast element of the Facebook, MySpace, Twitter model, along with the broadcasting of traditional TV, because our initial thought was, well, the indie sector has never really been addressed in broadcast. When you had MTV and you had VH1 and these other channels, really they concentrated on the bigger artists, the major label artists. So the indie artists, the unsigned artists, which is actually 99% of the whole music business, only 1% is addressed with these big channels. So we said, okay, this is where all the new music is being created, but how do you find it? How do you promote it? And on the artist side, how do they monetize it? So that's kind of what we did with IndiMusic TV. We took a 24/7 broadcast model, which we stream on the internet as well as Roku, and we combined it with a Facebook type of, MySpace social network. So you've got kind of the best of all the worlds in social and media broadcast all in one place. And that's pretty much what IndiMusic TV is.
And I know your background, Chris, is in music, because you started when you were 5 and you were a musician and you've done all kinds of great things and people could definitely Google you. And then Bill's background's in music as well. Bill, so how did you come from where you were in the EMI world to working with Chris?
Well, I guess I was trying to be retired. And that usually doesn't work these days. And what I did was, I actually went to a meeting and I was approached by a lady. She wanted my contact details. And I guess it was about 2 or 3 days later, I got an email from Chris. He invited me to come meet with him. We talked about the IndiMusic project at that point in time. And it was slightly different because that was a few years ago. And as we worked the model, worked the business, we actually migrated, as you have to do today with the internet, because it's, we refer to it as the Wild West. There's a lot going on, there's a lot of creativity, and what was yesterday is different than what's going to be tomorrow. So that's when we were sitting down, and actually Chris came up with the idea of combining a streaming broadcast with a social media network. And so we actually launched that model last September of 2012. And our focus was, and we did this without any promotion at that point, to build an audience. Because to be true to the artist, a new artist wants to have an audience. So we have been very successful in building the audience. We have over 700,000 viewers now.
It's amazing to me, absolutely amazing. And because I work at Blue Chip Marketing, as the creative director here, the Alexa rating, I know what that means. So can you tell us about your Alexa rating right now and what that means to the audience?
It's around a little under 100,000. It kind of bounces around a bit. But basically what that means is it's a measure of how, a few things. They're all kind of internet viewing metrics. One is how many visitors you get a day. One of the other measurements is how much time the visitor spends on your site, how many page views you get a day. as much as the ranking, and also, by the way, in the United States, I think it's somewhere between 20 and 30,000 out of 850 million websites worldwide, so it's pretty high ranking. But more powerful than that, actually, we feel, is the interactive aspect of the stats, meaning how many page views. Well, it's over 16 or over 15 page views a day per average per viewer, and also over 16 minutes on the site, which Facebook is like 20 minutes, 22 minutes. YouTube is around the same as us. So in a year, we've a little over a year, we've built a powerful enough broadcast network where we're competing, at least on a small scale, with these worldwide companies that have been doing it for over a decade. So I think we're onto something here, and I think it's exciting for musicians to offer them this type of footprint worldwide to now expose their music.
And also to listeners. You know, you don't even have to be a musician to enjoy IndiMusic TV. If you are a fan of the music, you're able to put a playlist together and just listen to great music that you're really not going to be able to hear anywhere else.
That's right, and that's what we're there for. Ultimately, is for the fan, for the listener, and to streamline their process of finding new music. And of course, connecting the musician and the fan. Well, that's what it's all about. So
I think it's wonderful what you're doing and what you're up
Thank
to.
you.
And there's more things planned ahead. Social Media Broadcast Network is actually going to be a host of different brands, but IndiMusic TV will be the helm.
Well, yeah, the easy way to explain it is we came up with the Social Media Broadcast Network concept while putting together IndiMusic TV. Like I said, when we were looking for the features and the options that we wanted to have on the site, we realized, well, it really is combining a social media environment with the interaction there with a broadcast environment. So the Social Media Broadcast Network is the concept, and under that, IndiMusic TV is our first launch. And we will have other launches in fashion. We're planning indie fashion, indie sports, indie reality, indie comedy, because all content obviously needs viewers and it needs input, and and so it can translate to all those other mediums just as well as music. But music, of course, us being in the music business, that was the first place to launch the idea.
Yeah, and I think, Donna, where we are is if you go through the history, there's the linear TV, there's cable TV, and now there's the move from cable to internet TV. And we're on the forefront of internet TV. And, it was actually Chris's idea, we acknowledge that, to combine the social media aspect and the internet TV to create IndiMusic TV, which then migrated, as we were working on that, to the Social Media Broadcast Network, and we'll be branching out to all those other areas as quickly as we can.
Well, it's really exciting.
Yeah.
I know I'm a huge fan. I know everybody here at Blue Chip Marketing, they all love it as well. So stay tuned for more information on thedailyblue.com, or you can go to indimusic.tv. And we'd love to get questions or thoughts from you. You can always reach us at 631-337-1603. And there was just a huge article about you guys in the Long Island Business News. So you can always go there too for more information.
Yes, we're very excited about that.
Thanks guys for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for
Invite
doing
you
such
back.
a great job.
Come on back, all right? All right.
We'll be back.
Great.
Good. Okay, cut.
Yay, good job.
Very
That
good.
was it.
The only thing that I got distracted on
Yeah.
was I started sitting up and I realized that your heads were at a certain level. So I